welcome back to the Woolly Wolverine podcast. My name is Laura and I am the host. This is episode 35 and I'm back again. Yay! This is 3 in a row now, guys. And yeah, so it's the 22nd of November. It's a Sunday, nice bright Sunday. It's kind of been quite miserable all week, but this weekend has been lovely in terms of the weather. I'm coming to you from Ireland. From my home in Kildare, where I live with my 2 sisters, my mum, my dad and my 2 cats. And yeah, I just wanted to say hi to all new subscribers. I got a good few new subscribers on the back of my last podcast, so hello everyone, and hello to all my long-term viewers who've been with me since the beginning, back in 2018 I think, 2017 maybe, a very long time anyway, and for coming back to sit and enjoy some time with me in my podcast in my bedroom. So yeah, I'll jump into it. So I'll talk about what I'm wearing. So this is called the Citrine Sweater by Emily Green, and this is a worsted weight pattern, and I got it, where did I find it? It was in a book that I purchased called Jewels, which was a Making Stories publication. And I think I talked about that before, so I won't go into too much detail. But yeah, this jumper is beautiful. I love this. So it is knit out of Durarium Natura, and it's in their Gilead base, which is their worsted weight base. And this is the CL colorway, which is sky in French. And this is kind of like a bluey, it almost goes to a bit of a green, minty green, but it's definitely blue. And yeah, it's not usually a colour I'd pick, but I thought it was nice and something different. Emily Green was a new enough designer to me. It wasn't someone that I had looked at or knitted a pattern of before, but this is, her kind of style is kind of these lines. So there's like eyelets here, and this kind of, these twisted ribs. Is it twisted? I think it was twisted rib, goes down the side. I think it was knit flat and seamed, so my mattress stitch isn't too bad, and it's also on the back of the shoulder. So some of her other patterns that are beautiful, I'll put in a few pictures of some of them. There's one called Emily, there's one called Divide that I really like, Ginkgo Fight I think is another, which is a fun name too, and then there was another one that I saw, Mason, which is a relatively new one I think, and there's lots of just these kind of lines, and she's very structural and she breaks up the body in different kind of chunks, and it's quite angular and geometric, which I appreciate and like. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. I'm not sure if I've showed it on the podcast before. My hair is a nightmare today, so it's like I threw it in plaits. I need to, in lockdown, all the hairdressers are closed currently, so my roots are pretty bad too. Ooh. But yeah, so I just threw it in plaits. So there'll be a lot of kind of flinging of plaits today. So yes, this is the sweater. And I'll link down below in the description box the pattern and my Ravelry page, and you can kind of see there if it's something you're interested in. But I definitely go out and check Emily Green's patterns. If you're into these kind of lines, and it kind of just shapes nicely on the body. And I did full length sleeves, which I very rarely do. It's just nice and cozy, nice and warm. So yeah, that's what I'm wearing. I will now move on to whips. Now I was really hoping that this would be a finished object today, but no such luck, so I will show briefly because I've showed it a few times the last few weeks. And this is the Tecumseh by Caitlin Hunter. And let me see, where's the progress keeper? So this little bunny by Hannah of the Corner and Craft is where I was last week. So I have finished the body. So I've done the ribbing and everything, and this is the body. And I am currently on Sleeve Island, and I'm doing my sleeves 2 at a time. So when I get to the end of them, they're done. So that's, you know, the way I like to roll with my sleeves. Now, so I think it's only one repeat of the 2 colour work charts, and then it's knit for as long as you want in the black. Now these are dropped sleeves, so they don't need to be too long as far as I know, and there's no real decreases in them either, I don't think. I need to read the pattern properly. But I'm just working away on the colourwork chart. Now, I did mention last time, and it's getting to be a worry, that I didn't have a lot of the light grey. I probably should have got one more 50 ball skein. I'll tell you what the yarn is in a second, and I'm currently playing a bit of yarn chicken. So I've got two of these little, so one for each sleeve, and they're about the same size. So I have this left to finish the chart. And I think I'm about halfway through the chart, so it's going to be very tight. Now, I'll just keep going for as long as I can, and if I need to pull it out, I will, and I'll just knit them black, and maybe, I don't know, I'll fudge something if I need to, but I'm hopeful that I just barely get through the chart. So this yarn is Rauma, and it is the streak yarn, and yeah, I tried it on when I finished the body, and it's quite high and very, you know, there's a lot of jumper going on, and I think it'll be really good for the winter. But it's definitely, so it's a DK weight, but it's definitely very warm, and it's quite scratchy wool. Now I've heard it does bloom when you wash it, and I don't really get too itchy in terms of wool, but this is it. And I really like, I always wear black. This is what it'll be like with my plaits. Yeah, so this is my jumper. I will be finished it next time, hopefully. So yeah. I'll have a finished jumper, and then I just have to knit, cast on the other 3 that I was talking about last week. I'll have to decide which one to go with. So that's everything on that. I think I'm knitting it on 4mm needles, and I'm on Sleeve Island. So yeah, it's this one. In terms of other works in progress, so my other work in progress is living in this little project bag here, and this is by Spool Stories, and she contacted me and asked could she send me 1 or 2 bags to review, and this one is so cute. There's little birds in little Avery, and then this is like a faux leather pink, and it's just a drawstring bag, which is really cute. So in here I have a pair of socks on the needles. Ish, will do at some stage. So this, I'm sure you're like, Laura, did you just say socks? And I did, and everything's tangled. So this is the start of the Chanterelle Socks by Danny, or of Little Bobbins, and this is the ruffle part. So I bought a pair of Doc Martens over the summer, and I was actually going to design or start to design a pair of socks that had these little ruffles, because it's quite difficult to purchase ruffled socks for adults. I mean, what if a 31-year-old wants to wear ruffled socks? So and then literally the next, I think within 2 weeks, Danny released this pattern, so I was like, yeah, that's what I need. So this is just the ruffle part. It's quite long, but when you know, attach it, it'll be ruffly. And this is mohair. This is my leftovers from my Spellman sweater. This is Lilith in Fine Fish yarns, and it is her mohair base. So it's a nice purple colour. So I showed you my Spellman sweater last week, and that is this. And then the main colour, I am using this beautiful purple. Ooh, it looks very dark on this. It's kind of, yeah, it is that kind of colour, I guess. So this is the Moon and Sixpence in the colourway Logwood, and I believe this was naturally dyed. Moon and Sixpence is an Irish dyer. I think she's taking a break at the moment, but this is her beautiful purple. So I think these will go nice together. It's a very simple sock once you finish the ruffle, but yeah, I'm super excited to. I cast this on yesterday. See, I think if I had, you know, persevered with the sleeves, I might be finished, but I decided I needed to cast on something new. So this ruffle kind of, it's a lot of stitches in lace weight mohair to get this going, and I really didn't do much. It's like a little snake skin, but it is pretty and fluffy. It's going to be really nice. So that's just a simple pair of socks. So I'm sticking to my socks jumper formula. I also have to, I'm doing a small bit of gift knitting, just one project, and I won't share that just because I'm not sure if the recipient will be watching, so I won't share that project. I'll take some footage of it and I will put it in the podcast at some stage. Oh, I dropped my mohair, 1 second. Oh. Yeah, so that's my other work in progress. So I have I'm being really reasonably monogamous, which is good. So because I cast on a pair of socks, that means I finished my other ones. So these are my finished sockies. They're a plain vanilla sock. These are made out of Advent minis by Sweet Sparrow Yarns. So, well, they mostly are. So this is these three and the heel, the yellow. They're all 2019 Advent colours, and then this kind of brownie stripe is Giddy Ant Yarns in the colourway Nari, and I've been using that for bits and bobs in a lot of projects to kind of use it up because it's a very nice neutral purpley brown, and I love it. So these are nice and festive socks. Yeah, so these are just vanilla 64 stitch socks, 2x2 rib, rounded wedge toe, and I knit a tube and then cut in an afterthought heel. So nothing too exciting with these, but they will be added to the collection. I do need to give them a little wash, and well, they're kind of blocking on these sock blockers, but they do need a wash to kind of even out some of the laddery bits. But yeah, so I pulled out, actually this is a funny little story. I pulled out all my socks, my knitted socks from my sock drawer, and to be honest, I'm going to be confession, I don't really wear my knitted socks as much as I should. I generally just wear kind of commercial socks, like shorty ankle ones, most days. And I pulled them all out and I decided that I'm going to get more wear out of my knitted socks, particularly in winter when it's a bit colder. And what I've started doing is I have a little kind of shelf near my bed here, and I've left them all out there kind of in a pile. I pick a pair each day, and for anyone who watches will know that I'm not great at weaving in my ends. So what I do is, if there's ends to be woven in on the socks that I pick out, I have to weave them in before I can put them on. So that way my ends will be woven in and trimmed, and I have a fully finished pair of socks. So that's what I've been doing this week. So I wore a couple, I think I only wore 2 pairs this week, but it's definitely progress, and all the ends are woven in, so they're now in the pile to be washed, which is another pile that I have to wash my hand knits. So yeah, that's my plan, to get my ends woven in. So as I have to have the ends woven in before I can wear them, and I have to wear 1 or 2 pairs a week so that they're getting used. So that's my finished object for this week, my sockaroonies. Now so at the start of lockdown, I kind of lost my knitting mojo, which I've kind of talked about before, and I picked up some other kind of crafty projects. So I was working on cross stitch quite a lot. I kind of went down a little cross stitch rabbit hole, and in that I knit some patterns by Plastic Little Covers, I think is the name of the shop. I'll pop it down below, and I'll share some. I think I have a collage here, and I will show you some of the pieces that I cross stitched over the summer. And yeah, it's really relaxing and therapeutic, and I have quite a mathematical brain, so the counting is quite soothing. And it was just something a bit different, but still having something to show for your time is something that I quite like with crafting. So I was glad that I could have some sort of project on the go. So with all that being said, I had bits and pieces left over after the 3 pieces that I kind of made, and I decided to make some Christmas cards. So here's one that I made. I will show you. This is the only one I have to hand at the moment. So this is just a little cross stitch Christmas card. These are like little twinkly lights, and it just says Merry Christmas. I did knit, I did cross stitch another one that I will put the picture down below or in here somewhere as well. But yeah, I just think they're really cute. I got these cards on Amazon, these window cards, and they're just trifold window cards, and I just use my hot glue gun. I'm a hot glue gun girl to stick that up. I just think they're cute, and I'm going to just make a few for friends and family. Now, I also made another Christmas make, and the plan was this year, me and my friend Sarah, who is quite artistic as well, she went to art college, we were going to set up a Christmas stall at a Christmas market and sell some bits and pieces that we made. But this year it didn't go as planned. It was going to be an excuse to kind of get together more often and stuff, because she lives in Belfast, which is far enough away from where I am in Kildare. So it's going to be an excuse to go visit each other more often. But this year just didn't pan out as expected. So we hopefully will get to it next year. But in the meantime, I've made a few Christmas cards, and also another Christmas make I made is a Pom Pom Wreath, which I'm going to show you now. So this beauty is just lots of pom-poms and kind of Christmas decorations, and it is on a foam wreath that you can hang on your front door. It's kind of alternative to the traditional fern wreaths that you can get at Christmas. I just think it's really pretty, and you can do lots in terms of colours. You can do anything you want. So yeah, this is my Christmas make for this year. So I need to get something. I've ordered some things on Amazon to hang it on our door, and this will be our Christmas wreath this year. But I really love them, and yeah, the plan is to hopefully sell these next year at a Christmas market. So we're planning a year in advance. But yeah, I love purples and greys and pinks, so this was for me. I love it. So yeah, I think that's all the makes that I wanted to share with you. Yeah, so in terms of Vlogmas, so I want to just have a quick chat about Vlogmas this year. I don't think I'm going to do the traditional video a day. It's just not feasible in terms of the amount of content that I'll have, as I am trapped in my house for most of the time. I do have a few days left to take from work this year, so I'll probably have a good bit of time off in December, so I will have time to do bits and bobs and go shopping and try my best to get out of the house and visit people where it's safe to do so. So there will be a bit of goings on, so I am going to do some sort of Vlogmas, because I really do enjoy putting them videos together for you guys. So I will do something. I'm just not committing to a video a day. I'm not even going to commit to a schedule. I think what I'll do is, if I have content, I'll put it together and put a video out. It could be weekly, it could be every 2 days, it could be every 3 days, it could be, I have a particularly busy day, and it's a daily thing. So the month of December I am committing to vlog, but not on a daily basis. So yeah, that's kind of where I'll probably even fit in quick little chats like this, because my crafting will probably be less in terms of the knitting content. Well, I'd imagine so, but you never know. I could have a flurry of FOs. I might decide to get really inspired and gift knit the whole month of December, which never happens. I always vow to make a list throughout the year of gift knits and then get them started, and then it's like, no, only one person is getting something, and it's last minute in November, December. So not this year, maybe next year. But yeah, so I'm really excited for Christmas this year. I think it's been a difficult year, and people just need a bit of joy and time with their family and relaxing, and it's just been quite stressful. So I think Christmas this year is even more needed than normal, and it's my favourite time of year as well, so I can't wait to relax and enjoy the festive period. I have been receiving my advent calendars. Yeah, I definitely ordered too many. So we're going to need many mini pattern suggestions. So I ordered the Giddy Yarns advent calendar, the Homespun House advent calendar, and the Sweet Sparrow. And then I did the advent swap that was being hosted by Kelly of Lay Family Yarns, and I've received my advent calendar from my swap partner, so I have 4. Yeah, that happened. I've no regrets. I deserved it. It was a busy, stressful year. I didn't get to any yarn festivals, so I spent my money on advents this year. So yeah, that's what happened. I'm not going to say sorry. So yeah, I think that's everything today. Just a quick little check-in to say hi and kind of show you what I've been working on the last 2 weeks, and just kind of staying on top of visiting with you guys. This fringe is driving me mad, and it's probably going to be really annoying on camera, me going like this the whole time, swooping. So I should have clipped it back at the start, and I'll probably watch this back and decide that I should record it again, so you may never see this, but you probably will. Okay. Hope everyone is keeping safe and happy and healthy, and I will see you all again very soon. It may not be 2 weeks time, it might be sooner, dependent on how Vlogmas goes, and it might be a more clip format, as in, you know, my everyday life, as well as bits of craft mixed in, so don't worry about that. There will be crafts. Any questions, comments, leave them down below. Love hearing from all of you, and yeah, I will talk to you all soon.